two things that we're teaching the player. Both will be seen a little bit later. One is the Frost Javelin, a new spell for the player, and the other is a mechanic of a crystal ball seeing hidden objects. So we start off with a simple little walkway. Player, they look around, they will find simple little hidden treasures. Red cap that is not in the game, which was planned for a Bard's Tale. Small little combat here, just a couple goblins. Now here, there's a treasure chest over there, objects on there. Player needs to try to figure out how to get across. Can't float, can't jump, but if they look around, they'll see a rock being held up by rope. Burn the rope. New platform. Little hidden objects you can find throughout the game. Give a little backstory on the history of the Mage's Tale. The player is looking around. They'll notice a object they can play with. Nothing special about the object, but try to hopefully lures the player to check out the edge. Get a little dragon's breath. Notice that the player might notice that there's an object down there they can grab. Another hidden secret. If you go back to the hidden object room in the laboratory, you actually get a song out of that. Simple little trap. Gotta get through. This is the other mechanic we teach. Again, as you can't use magic inside. So you have to actually go through it and dodge the fire. Puzzle room. As soon as you enter it, combat begins. Once combat's over, you can focus on the puzzle. This is a puzzle for a side object. You do not have to do this. It's not on critical path. But we have the ghosting mechanic that will let the player know that something needs to go there in order to make these levers work. Once the lever's in, player can actually manipulate these objects. So you can see how they move. You want to get them lined up with the grooves. And the secret way opens up. We have another puzzle room. We've shown the player these orbs before, but we change it up a little bit, and now they have to light them all at once in order to trigger the puzzle completion. Another little creature to collect. Another puzzle. Originally, it was supposed to be a lot more difficult for this puzzle. You weren't supposed to be able to see the levers so easily, but we discovered early on people standing and playing and having to hunch over was really uncomfortable, and people just didn't not like it. So we just raised it up so people can easily see it and not have to hunch over. Another little trinket, spell ingredient. Originally, we were going to have the player have to jump down and have the walkway crumble as they went up, but discovered real quickly that it was very nauseating, and we abandoned that. Here we introduce the shield goblin. Can't hurt him when the shield is up. So you can see the fireball bounces right off. Player is blocked from moving forward, and you got to figure out how to move forward. You got a couple statues holding a torch, and you got fireball. So you light it, you get one up, but you can't light the other one because of the water. This is where we introduce the ice spell. Crux lets you know what it does and that you need to go back to the lab to actually make it. So once here, you can simply just grab the ingredient, throw it in, maybe a little bounce, make it red. Now with the ice in hand, you can freeze the water if you actually hit it. Originally, we wanted to do some interaction, like maybe you could antagonize the giant, him throw something at you and dodge, but there just wasn't time for that. So we turned it into an in-game live action cinematic and put anti-magic here so you couldn't actually interact with them. Just wasn't time to do it the way we liked. This kind of little prelude let the player know what's going to happen to them. Nice little spike in the skull there. Once again, letting the player know that there's something around here they can break open. But getting across this could be tricky with not having the shield up. Oh, got hit. You can tell the breakable wall by the cracks. And simple little ambiance of a fairy. Has no significance. It's just something neat to add to the world. This is the other mechanic we teach the player. There's runes that they need to line up, but there's no way for the player to know what the combination is. So if we have these crystal balls, and you can notice that there's hidden objects, decals, and then you get the highlighted runes to let you know which ones you'll want to switch to. Same thing, in case the player went this way in first. And you got the other two runes. And after solving the puzzle, you're rewarded with a fight. Another magic ingredient. Crux is explaining that you got to find the Alguin's magic crystal ball. As you can see, the place was tossed by the enemy trying to find it. go up into his room, which is the area where the game actually begins in the cutscene. As you can tell, it's this special magic ball.